Hello everyone, how are you? I just thought I would share with you what I am going to be using in 2025 as far as journals and notebooks. Now, I think with 2024, I decided and worked out that I am less planner person and more journaler, if that makes sense. So this year I used the Hobinichi Cousin A5, and I did enjoy it. And for a while there, I found my rhythm with it, and I was, using it every day. But the thing I found with a dated diary or planner as such is when life gets busy, it gets pushed to the side. And then I ended up with lots of blank pages, missing pages, or not missing pages, but blank pages, not filled in, not written in, and it just, I don't know, I found it sort of hard to have those blank pages in my journal, if that makes sense. So I think this year going forward, 2025 going forward, I have decided that I'm going to use some different notebooks for different things. But if I miss a day, it's not going to matter because it's not a dated planner. So first things first, so I am going to be using this as like my diary sort of catch-all. I've already got my insert in there, my 2025. I got the Diary Weekly Memo regular, and I do use this religiously for appointments, when I'm sending out mail, when I'm receiving mail, anything that I need to note and write down as far as keeping a record of goes in here. So that's what I'm going to use for that. And I've also, the other thing I found with the Hobinichi this year is that it's very big to carry around and very heavy. So quite often I will take my journal with me, and if I have some time when we're on the road or at an appointment or whatever, I'll pull my journal out and I'll start writing. The Hobinichi, it was very big to carry around and do that, and it didn't really lend itself to that. Whereas this, I can actually have like just a normal journal insert and use that if I wanted to. There's no hard and fast rules, but this is going to be a lot lighter to carry around than what my Hobinichi was, and it serves two purposes. So that's the first thing. The next thing that I've got back into is writing morning pages. Years ago, I did them religiously and did them every morning. This year, I've been a little bit slack with it, but towards the end of the year, it's something that I found myself gravitating to and just really needing to do to sort of get all that stuff out of my brain. So I had room for other things. So my morning pages, I'm currently using this Hobinichi notebook, and I really love it. I'm about halfway through it. It's got the small grid, which is fine because I just write on it every kind of second line, which is fine. So it works well for me. So I'm still going to continue on doing my morning pages in this, but a friend of mine put me on to, I think it was pen friend Ray, put me on to Kinbor planners and notebooks on AliExpress. So for those of you who love the Tomoe River paper and love the look of a Hobinichi, but don't want to invest that kind of money in a Hobinichi, Kinbor do something similar. It's probably not the same quality as Hobinichi, but it's just a notebook that has the Tomoe River paper, and it's actually, the paper feels a little bit different, but and it, as you can see, it is dated, but I'm just gonna completely ignore those dates. It's not gonna worry me too much. It's a small grid like the Hobinichi notebook, so this I'm going to use as a morning pages book as well, because you know, you tend to, with the morning pages, you go through quite a few notebooks in a year if you're doing it all the time. So that's that one. It's got it came with a really nice cover. It's called the Kinbor Techo A5. And I can't read all the rest of the writing because it's in Japanese, I think, or maybe Korean. I don't know. Maybe Korean, maybe Chinese. I really don't know, sorry. But it's quite a nice cover. It's like a linen-y type blue cover, and this is like a leatherette sort of strap. It's got bookmarks, so it's got 2 bookmarks. It's also got like a monthly layout that you could use if you want to note down appointments, and then you could use this for your daily journaling if you want to. But for me, I'm going to be using it for morning pages. And ignoring the dates in it. So that I'll move that into that one possibly next after I finish this one. Now, the other thing that I bought off AliExpress is this Kinbor Weeks style. It came in a beautiful box. Look at that. Really pretty box. Beautifully presented. Has this piece of vellum here. And this is the notebook, so it's really pretty. Take that off now. Has these little flowers that pop up, like 3D flowers, and it's sort of a little bit like the Hobinichi Weeks, if you have that one. And then it's got the grid pattern on the other side. Now this I'm going to use purely as a pen pal logbook. Now what I've decided I'm going to do in this is, I'll just open it to a page. Oh, it came with like a little postcard as well, and a little ink pad and these stamps. Hang on, I'll show you that before I move on to the book. So they're quite pretty. It's quite a pretty little set, and I think it was like less than $30 from memory. So lovely little stamps, beautiful box, and this I believe is the ink pad. See if I can open that. Yeah. So it comes with a little sort of pink coloured, oh, and blue. Oh, look at that, pink and blue ink pads. Oh, very handy. So I hadn't even opened up properly. So that's that one. And you could actually pull all the bits and pieces out of the box and just use it as a nice box to store things too, which is probably what I will do. So back to the pen pal logbook though. So what I thought I could do here is, because I've got quite a few pen friends, and I thought what I could do on the grid side is actually designated a page for each pen friend that I have, and details that I want to remember about them. Things like, I might even put their address in here, but their birthday, their partner, any children or grandchildren they may have, colours that they like, hobbies and interests that they have. So I've got it that I can refer back to all the time, and I can remember those details about that person. Birthdays is something I'm really bad with. I never remember when their birthdays are. So now if I have it in this book, I've got it there, there's no excuses, and I can remember. This side, I thought, even though it's in, I don't know, Japanese, Korean, whatever, I thought I might be able to just put in here, you know, the actual date that I'm mailing out letters to them and receiving letters. So every pen frame will have their own sort of double page, and then I can over here put when I send a letter out and then when I received a letter from them. Do you know what I mean? So it's, years ago I used to do this religiously. I had a notebook, and for the life of me I can't find it. It's going back like 12-14 years ago, and I wrote down everything. Like I would write down when I wrote a letter what I included with the letter, and then I would also put in a different color pen when I received a letter and what the letter, just a little bit about the letter and what it enclosed. So it's also got a bookmark, or 2 bookmarks actually. Let's just have a look. And then it's got blank pages at the back that you can do what you wish with. So I just sort of thought this is going to work really well. It's also small enough that I can pop it in my bag, or if I'm going traveling I can take it with me. It's not going to take up too much room, and it's not too heavy as well. So I think that's going to work really well, and I'm quite excited about doing a pen pal log book. So that's that. And then of course it came with all those beautiful extras, so that was a really pleasant surprise. Now, as far as daily journaling goes, in the last couple of months, I've spent a lot of time sort of at appointments, at hospitals, different things that needed for family members. So, and what I found was, and I think this is where the Hobinichi has really fallen off for me, not the book itself, but just, I just decided I couldn't carry that around. And that's where this came into play. Now, this is a Paperblanks notebook. It has a hard cover. It has a little clip here. This one I've actually kept. Oh, hang on, it actually says it here. This is a Turquoise Chronicles. Now, this is the mini size. It is, let me just get a ruler. Oops. So this one is approximately 95 millimeters, or 9.5 centimeters by 14 centimeters, or 140 millimeters. And as far as thickness goes, it is about 25 millimeters, or 2.5 centimeters. So that's that. That has been working well for me. I am just over halfway through it, and I will continue using that. It's been a good size to just pop in my bag and take with me, along with a couple of pens. And going on from that, I then have these Paperblanks notebooks that I am going to be using for my daily journaling. So I think the thing that I like about these, I mean, this has got like a soft cover. I've done pen tests in these as well. That one's got a hard cover with a similar sort of clip as the mini, and this one has got a sort of hard cover as well. And I have done pen tests in the back of these, so I know that the paper holds up well to fountain pens, which is another really important thing. But what I do really love about these notebooks is they look like old books, vintage books that you would see from an old library or an antique library. And I like that. I like the fact that their spines look pretty. So these will be my daily journals that I use for 2025. And as I said, pen test, fountain pen ink friendly, which I was really excited about. So they're the ones I'll use for daily journaling. Now, my friend Nick gave me this for Christmas. It is a beautiful linen covered notebook, fabric notebook. It's got an elastic band to hold it shut. It is A5 size and has 304 pages. It's by Kaiser Craft Proprietary Limited here in Australia. The price is $16.99 for those of you who are interested. And I was pleasantly surprised with this notebook because it too is fountain pen friendly. I'm not sure what GSM the paper is. It's certainly not your Tomoe River paper or anything like that, but it holds up well to fountain pens. So I'm just debating. She actually bought me this notebook because she wants me to use it to plan my 50th birthday year. So next year, 2025, I turn 50. It's a big 50. So it's a big milestone. And she thought I could use this notebook for planning that and celebrating my 50th birthday. I'm not sure yet whether I'll use it for that or whether I'll just use it as more of a journal. But really excited to see that it is fountain pen friendly. So that's that one. And then you'll all know, or if you've watched a previous video, I got this one from Pen Friend. Sorry, not Pen Friend. She's just my friend. Well, not just, but you know, my friend Chris gave me this for my birthday. And these are all over Instagram at the moment. And it's like an activity, productivity planner. So I've got Fast Brain Friend, and they've got like little things in here where you can set goals for yourself and habit trackers and different things, which I think is really cool. Almost like a bullet journal style, but the pages are printed for you, which is very handy. So you don't have to do it like meal planning, new week preparation, grocery list. So that's going to be fun to use. A Textiles Friend. This is a hobby note one. So this is where you can actually plan out projects that you're working on. Put your supplies in, item quantity. This would be a really good one if you're actually a creative maker, like if you made goods to sell and you want to track how much, say if you were a jewelry maker, how much each of the findings are, the beads that you used in that particular piece, any wire or thread or anything you've had to use to make that piece. You could actually go through and put the item there, the quantity, what fiber you used. You could put a price perhaps of that individual item. So when it comes to actually pricing the piece of jewelry, you've got all that information there. So that's, even this could be used as like a bit of an ink log, like, and actually build it up and get like a coloured rainbow of the different inks that you use. I'm quite excited about this. And this is Project Friend, another hobby note, but this one is similar but a little bit different. So you can put your materials in here, budget for the piece, the steps the process it took you to make the piece, that sort of thing. So this cover came with the 3 books, and I'm looking forward to using that in 2025 as well. So one last thing, I got this. It's the Katie Daisy Just Bloom 2025 calendar. And it's like a desk calendar, I guess you could say. So it's just the illustrations in it are beautiful. Came with a beautiful little card, Katie Daisy, artist from the Meadow. And I'll put her details below. That's the little card it came with. How cute is that? It came with a sticker. But the illustrations in it are just beautiful. So she goes through the different papers that she's used. So it has all the new moons, moon phases, seasons, you know, and it has these, and you can rip them or pull them out and actually use this little bit and use this as an entry in your journal perhaps. So I really just, flowers always, we shall find the peace of the morning dwelling first in our hearts. It's just full of light positivity, which really just spoke to me. Meet me in the meadow. Water, sky, evergreens, a wind, these things not even the seasons can touch. So it just, honestly, it's 365 pages of beautiful illustrations, dates, moon phases, different holidays that may be on throughout the world. I got mine on Etsy, I believe, but I'll put a link to her Instagram account in the description box below, and you can go and look her up, and from there you can find all the information on this creator and where to buy these if you are so interested. Sorry, I thought that was the last thing, but it's not. This is the last thing. So this is a Lloydstrom, there you go, a Lloydstrom notebook. It's a pocket-sized notebook. I actually use this book for a Commonplace notebook that I carry around with me in my handbag. I also do pen tests in the back of it, put different pen and ink pairings that I've got. But with this notebook, I don't know if any of you know much about a Commonplace notebook. Commonplace notebooks are used for a variety of things. What I use mine for is mainly to write quotes that I come across, or if a pen friend has suggested an author or a book, I tend to write that down in that book so I have it to refer back to. If I'm making phone calls, important phone calls, and I'm on the phone with someone and I need to record or write something down quickly, it goes in there, so then I know I've always got it. It's not just written on a scrap piece of paper that can get lost. It's in this little book, so I have it and know where it is. What else do I put in here? Sometimes I might just record random thoughts that I might have while I'm out and about, or things that have caught my eye. I tend to put birthday lists for the kids in here, things that they've mentioned to me over the course of the year or whatever, that interest them or that they like. I put that in there, so then I've got it to refer back to when it's their birthday or Christmas. Yeah, just it's a general sort of catch-all book, and it has saved my sanity more times than I can tell you, because sometimes we get busy and we write things down quickly on a piece of paper. That piece of paper can get lost or put in with other papers or get thrown away. And I'm finding that when life is really, really busy, I can no longer rely on my memory to serve me as it once did, because you just don't have room in your brain for all that stuff, right? So sometimes it's handy to be able to write it down, forget about it, know that it's somewhere safe that you can refer back to, and just forget about it and move on. So it's, as I said, it has saved me more times than I can remember. So that's all I've got for you today. Oh, I should probably put too, yes. So I'll be doing this, using this notebook. This is the Galen Leather Everyday Notebook. I'm still going to use this for my channel when I do ink swatching, my currently inked for the month. Those sorts of things are still going to be recorded in this notebook. And that's our last video that we did with the Diamond Inkvent 2023 pen and ink pairings that I used for December 2024. So that's all I have for you today, folks. Let me know in the comments below, what is your 2025 plan for journaling and planning? I know a lot of friends are using either the Sterling planners or the Hobinichi again. Yeah, I think I just worked out in 2024 that I'm less planner person, more journaler and more note taker. So, and I just couldn't keep up with the planning every day. And I think it actually also, I got a little bit disheartened when I had those blank pages in my planner that I hadn't used. I felt like I was wasting those pages, if that makes sense. But everyone is different. And I think that's why I love this hobby so much, is because there's different, you know, different strokes for different folks, so to speak. Different things appeal to different people. And there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever suits you and what you can find a rhythm with. So on that note, I will leave it here. I have rambled on for long enough. I hope wherever you are in the world that you're safe and you're doing okay. Thank you to friends who have given me notebooks and things like that for 2025 that I'm going to enjoy using. And until next time, take care. Bye.